You know, I was thinking of Dave Sheridan, as I often do, the fellow who played Doofy.
Look, I light a candle for him every night. Hello, welcome to Guides the Unknown. I'm Kristen.
And I'm her little brother, William.
And happy SCARMUTO 4, everybody.
Happy SCARMUTO 4.
Yeah.
I've never heard someone say something like that before. Merry Christmas 2.
Yeah, it doesn't come up a lot.
There's not usually a sequel to a holiday, but this month is obviously full of them.
Yeah, that's right. So, happy SCARMUTO 4, everybody. This week we are talking about Scary Movie 4.
How are you celebrating SCARMUTO 4 this year?
Did you put out your SCARMUTO 4 candles?
Yes.
I hope you did.
Yes, I did.
In every window?
Before I deliberately burned down my own house because it is SCARMUTO 4 and I can't take it anymore.
No. Wow.
Wow, everybody.
Was this a sharp turn?
Was it?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. You know, you said to me, Will, in SCARMUTO 1, when I said that I didn't recommend Scary Movie 1, that I'm not going to know how good I had it.
Yeah.
And you are so absolutely right. I think of Scary Movie 1 with such fondness now.
I know.
What a good movie. What a great movie.
In retrospect, it feels like a classic, like one of the greatest comedies of all time once you compare it to Scary Movie 4.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, I've never seen this. It's like The Three Amigos.
Sure. Yeah, just like The Three Amigos.
That's a comedy classic.
Which somehow I also have never seen.
Yeah. Always looked annoying to me. When that would come on Comedy Central, I was like, "Duh," click.
Yeah, it took me about 25 years to get on board the Martin Short train.
Yeah, I know.
I'm never getting off again. But yeah, I saw him too many times in Clifford, which was always on Comedy Central.
Yes.
And
that'll turn you right off. I completely understand. I'm surprised I was on the Martin Short train.
Yeah.
But
I know.
no. This is terrible.
This is terrible.
Come back to
Scary Movie 4. So just so that people know what this is.
Yeah.
All right. Now Scary Movies 1 through 3, I knew about. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah.
And I think last week during Scary Movie 3, I was like, I thought 3 and 4 were the same movie.
Right.
Because like confusingly, they are essentially the same movie. 3 and 4. It's like half alien, half other thing. In Scary Movie 3, it was The Ring.
Sure, but
merged with whatever other thing.
The vibe shift is drastic.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. Yeah. It was The Ring merged with Signs, and now this week in Scary Movie 4, it's The Grudge mixed with War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
I think that these things are
mixed with The Village.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. But like, couldn't you imagine a movie where it's all aliens, where it's Signs?
Why are we talking about this? I'm already done with this. I already watched this movie.
No, you're not.
I watched this movie and I finished the movie. That should be the end of the experience.
No, you were wrong.
No, I know.
We signed on for SCARMUTO.
I know I did.
You signed the contract.
I know.
You're not backing out now.
Honestly, it's because we came up with the name SCARMUTO.
I know. Such a perfect name. We couldn't let it pass.
That is what happened. That is what happened. We were joking around. We said Scary Movie October. I don't even know how it happened, but we bounced back and forth until we said SCARMUTO. And that was so funny that we decided to do it.
That we locked it in. Mm-hmm. We locked it in. And I'm sorry, but we're committed.
No, I know.
And you know what happens if you break your contract.
Of course. Okay? I die.
You die. Yeah. So we can't let that happen. So we've got to stick it through.
I know. It's just, I remember like the movie was over and I was like, whoo, thank God. I did it.
No, you're not done. You're half done.
Yeah.
Because the other half is that you have to now talk about it with me for 1 hour.
Yes, I know.
At the end of this 1 hour, will you be free? From Scary Movie 4.
Yeah.
And then there is one last one for next week.
Right.
Okay. You know what? We're going to get into it. Why don't I just ask you the immortal question, the most important question, the one everyone's waiting and wondering what your answer is going to be. Do you recommend Scary Movie 4?
No, I don't. But I would like to leave you with, I don't know if it's a cliffhanger. Wait, why don't you say, I don't recommend it. Do you recommend it?
You know, you're going to hate me. Mm-hmm. I absolutely cannot recommend this movie.
Yeah, of course not.
I have to admit, this movie sucks.
It sucks. But something happened in the beginning of this movie where I went, you know what? I'm surprised at myself. I think I might like this movie.
Uh-oh.
Maybe it ended up not being true, but I was like, maybe I've now sunk in to the experience of watching the Scary Movie movies, and I like this.
Okay.
And that changed. But I will tell you what that was.
Okay.
That made me go, ooh, I'm in.
Okay. I'm very curious to hear what made you feel like you were set up for success.
Yeah, I really, it gave me a laugh, and I was like, you know what? This is going to be good. I will tell you what that is after this commercial break.
Okay. Kristen, so
Okay.
listen, stop dancing around it. Mm-hmm. What made you think you were going to like this?
Okay, so the intro to this movie, the cold open, is Shaq and Dr. Phil McGraw in the Saw bathroom
Yes.
from the first movie.
Yes.
All right, it's a whole thing. It's all stupid or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think I know that I love when they take something and then turn that into the numeral for whatever scary movie it is.
Right. Yes.
So
Yes, I have this as well.
okay, yeah. So for this one, they have to saw off their feet, just like Dr. Lawrence Gordon did in Saw 1, or just Saw. And Dr. Phil saws off the wrong foot. It's not the one that's in the chains.
Right.
And then somehow he ends up reclined
Well,
on
he
the
falls
floor.
back because Shaq goes, wrong foot.
Well, yeah.
And then he looks at the foot he cut off and then just falls flat back.
Right, falls flat back, but he falls flat back with one leg crossed over the other
Yes.
in the shape of a 4, which they spin into the shape of 4 to say Scary Movie 4.
It is great.
I loved it.
It is the first moment that I laughed in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Within 5 minutes.
I loved it.
They fade out the background. They just have Dr. Phil's pants,
Yeah.
his slacks glowing, and then they spin to be the 4 of Scary Movie 4. And I agree with you. I stood up. I saluted my TV. I said, here we go.
I may as well have, because I was like, it really got me. And I was like, you know what?
I know.
I like this. Maybe this is going to be a good movie. I like this. And then I didn't.
Yeah, right, correct. I that entire cold open, I will say at least it's blissfully short.
Yeah, definitely.
Weirdly short, I would say.
I didn't even think about it. I guess so. Yeah.
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 Shaq wakes
I mean, it's
up in
stupid,
the
but it's fine.
Totally.
Especially colored by the rest of the movie, I would say it's good. I would watch more of that in lieu of some other things that are in the movie.
you know what? I was gonna argue with you. I don't have the energy.
Mm-hmm.
I can go with you on that. That's fine.
Yeah.
What I'll say about the cold open, the most notable thing is it's like Shaq has to land a free throw to be able to unlock the saws to cut through their chains. No, wait, we got to cut through our feet. Blah 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 blah. Shaq can't hit free throws. That was the joke.
Right.
Dr. Phil is
That's
there.
the thing in life, right?
Yeah. Dr. Phil is there because Dr. Phil is funny.
Yeah.
But here's a crazy fact, and I already knew this, but it is still a crazy fact.
That he's not a doctor.
No, not even about Dr. Phil. About this scene.
Yeah.
The Saw bathroom, constructed for Scary Movie 4, by the Scary Movie 4 team, was so authentic to the Saw series,
Right.
that the production of Saw 3 asked to use this set.
What a compliment.
So the Scary Movie 4 bathroom is the bathroom in Saw 3.
Which is amazing.
That is pretty incredible.
No, it's totally awesome. I'm also surprised. I don't know the timeline, between Scary Movie 4 and Saw 3.
Right.
But I'm surprised it was like around. How long are they keeping sets intact
Yeah, I don't know.
in Hollywood?
I couldn't tell you that.
Why was that just... And unless they were like being filmed concurrently, I'm surprised that they were like, oh yeah, we still have the bathroom.
Yeah, that's
Because
definitely
it just
true.
seems like it would be taking up real estate.
I think it's got to be pretty close in time.
I would imagine so, but I guess I would, before I knew this fact, I think that I just would have guessed that like when you're done with a movie, done with reshoots
You
and
break it
everything,
down.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I know that Saw came out, I believe, in 2004.
Mm-hmm.
Saw 2 likely would have been 2005. I think they cranked them out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Saw 3 would be 2006 when Scary Movie 4 came out. Mm-hmm. So maybe it literally was
Yeah.
like, we've got this thing right now. Come use it.
But they must have found out about it by watching the movie.
No.
think.
No, there's a whole industry. Everybody's working like they're probably
no,
like
I
right next
guess.
door.
Yeah, I guess if it's that close. So I was thinking, how would they know that it's like that good? Because you could hear that, like, oh,
Right.
I mean, I have no idea. But I'm just saying, I would think that they could hear that, oh, Saw is doing, I mean,
Right.
Scary Movie is doing a Saw parody and has the bathroom or whatever.
Right.
But like, you wouldn't necessarily think, oh, it's going to be like a perfect bathroom.
And Darren Lynn Bousman is like, I gotta get in there.
Yeah, right.
I heard that the bathroom on the set of Scary Movie 3 was
like
so
perfect,
good.
yeah.
Someone used it. They thought it was real. Tobin Bell used it.
Can you believe it?
So yes, Scary Movie 4 comes out 2006. It's been 3 years since Scary Movie 3.
Yeah.
Biggest gap yet. Taglines are as follows. They're coming. We need your support. It's all about aliens again. What is with the scary movies? That's bizarre.
Yeah.
Based on true events, which is decent. Longer, raunchy, or funnier. Fine. The funniest thing you ever sawed. I actually kind of like.
Not bad.
If they had leaned more into this being a Saw parody,
Yeah.
that would be fine with me. Bury the Grudge, Burn the Village, See the Saw. And then the one that you texted me.
Oh, I was like, I know I wrote this down. I was just looking in my notes and I couldn't find it.
Oh, don't worry, I have everything. The fourth and final chapter of the trilogy.
That's good.
That is a pretty good tagline.
Yeah.
That is a pretty good tagline. We have the same creative team as Scary Movie 3.
Yeah.
Back behind the camera. So all of a sudden...
someone had a tummy ache because this is nowhere near as good as Scary Movie 3.
I couldn't agree more. We're in the decline.
Yeah.
Easily. Now, at this point, Scary Movie is almost 2 movies by the Wayans, 2 movies by David Zucker. It's like 2 and 2. It's
Right.
so weird like that. Like it's like divided right down the middle, this
Yeah.
franchise. Anna Faris, Regina Hall, Leslie Nielsen, Anthony Anderson, Kevin Hart, Chris Elliott, Carmen Electra,
You
Simon
can't
Rex.
keep this guy away from these movies.
It's true. And Charlie Sheen are back. But we've got also new cast members, Craig Bierko, who is going to be one of our main characters. And they were really banking on the hilarity of this man.
Yes, they were.
Bill Pullman, which is weird because he's essentially playing the same character that he already played in The Grudge.
I was shocked. Shocked.
I was shocked to see him. How about Molly Shannon? Were you shocked to see her?
I knew that she was in it, but
Really?
it's still shocking.
I know.
Yeah.
Michael Madsen, Cloris Leachman, Shaq, Dr. Phil, James Earl Jones.
It seems weird to even put Shaq and Dr. Phil in the cast.
They
I know
are.
that they're no, I know, but like, yeah.
They're in the cast.
Feels just more like a weird cameo.
I totally agree. So as I said, this movie is by and large War of the Worlds
Yeah.
with, it's like 75% War of the Worlds, 25% The Grudge. But then of course they sprinkle in other parodies here and
yes.
there. After our cold open, we land on Charlie Sheen. Did you think that he was going to be the main character again?
Yeah.
I had no reason to think he wouldn't be.
Yeah, I did. I knew that Craig Bierko was present here,
So
but
did
I
I.
guess I just didn't really think about it. When they showed him, Charlie Sheen, I was like, okay.
Yeah. Charlie Sheen basically just shows up for a cameo to die.
Yeah.
In a franchise that doesn't care about continuity, why is he here at all?
I know. I don't know. Just because he was willing
He was
to do it, I
bankable.
guess.
Put him in the
Yeah.
trailer, I guess.
Yeah.
So he's going to kill himself. He seems haunted. Cindy shows up at his house and explains to him that the kid from the last movie won't be here because he joined the military.
Right.
And she hands him photos. I'm laughing now. I didn't laugh at the time, but I did enjoy this. That she hands him pictures and be like, look, Cody joined the military. And he's still 10 years old.
Yeah.
But now he's like shirtless in the middle of war, shaving with a knife.
Right.
Stuff like that.
They showed him with like big guns and stuff like that. I was thinking that because everybody loved Anthony Anderson having that shovel gun or whatever it was,
Right.
that perhaps he should have had that.
Yes.
But maybe it doesn't play visually that
It probably
well.
doesn't play visually. You know, as you bring up a joke from Scary Movie 3, I was delinquent in highlighting something else I see people praise endlessly from Scary Movie 3. The sheriff's hat keeps getting bigger
Yeah.
and bigger and bigger in one scene.
Yeah.
And people seem to really love that. Okay.
They do.
They do. So, Cindy, and this is now we're in problem mode for this movie.
Right.
Between me and Anna Faris.
Yeah.
Really, I think it's Anna Faris and the team who made the movie. They give Cindy just nothing to do. Anna Faris has nothing to do.
Yeah.
Her job here is to yammer incoherently in the background about getting divorced from Simon Rex, Unbeknownst to her, we're following Charlie Sheen, who is trying to kill himself over and over and over.
Yeah.
But the pills he takes are actually Viagra.
Right.
And he will eventually fall out of his balcony window and land on his boner and die.
He basically falls out of the window because his boner is so large and heavy.
That is true.
It's making him so front heavy.
He is trying to punch his boner away,
Yeah.
like one of those little punchy clowns that
Yeah.
always bounces back. Terrible.
No, it's horrible.
Terrible, not funny.
It's horrible. She did not want to do this movie,
Yeah.
she has said, but they offered her $1 million, and so she couldn't turn it down.
Well, this is what's confusing, because I'm like, yeah, Anna Faris, get that bag.
Yeah,
Right?
totally.
But why is her character not the main character of these movies anymore?
I don't know. It
You know
doesn't
what I
make
mean?
any sense.
She
Why
carried the
is,
first two.
Why have we brought Craig Bierko to the front? That's so weird.
This dude.
Bierko's to the front. It doesn't make any sense.
I checked. He seems like I'm sure he's a wonderful person. He seems like a kind man.
He does. Yes, I also checked.
I have
He was
nothing.
good friends with Matthew Perry.
Oh, okay. I have nothing but terrible things to say about Craig Bierko,
I know.
who is our new Charlie Sheen lead of the movie.
Very bad.
Anna Faris is basically just his love interest.
I know.
This is baffling to me. Where
I don't
it's
know what
like
they were thinking. I wonder if she
carried this franchise on her back uphill in the snow.
I wonder. I have absolutely no idea. I'm just speculating. Because she didn't want to do the movie, I wonder if there was some sort of like hardball negotiation thing
Maybe.
where she was like, or where, her people were like, she's willing to do X number of days.
That's true.
Or something like that.
It's entirely possible
Yeah.
that she is in this movie as much as she could bear to be.
Yes.
But to me, it plays weird that this franchise
No, it is
just
weird.
gradually became less and less hers.
Definitely.
Craig Bierko, I wrote, this guy sucks.
Yeah.
He seems to think that what you should do in a parody movie is act funny. A lot of big eyes out of this guy. Like, oh, what did I just see?
Yeah.
Doing? What was that?
But actually, you should be playing it a little bit more serious because it's a parody. So like,
Yeah.
I don't
The
know.
drier you
weirdness-
play it.
Yeah, it underlines how weird the things are that are happening to you.
Yes. And it's 2006. Has no one learned a lesson from Mr. Nielsen?
From Mr. Oh, I know.
Leslie Nielsen, who is like the king,
He's
the god
perfect.
of playing it straight in a parody zany world.
This is a perfect man.
Yes.
In a parody world.
Yes.
God, is he incredible.
What
I love him.
Craig Bierko is no Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah, I don't know why he wasn't sitting at his foot and just learning.
Has he never seen
Right.
what you're
I
supposed to
thought these were
do?
buttons when he was naked,
That's
talking
right.
about his nipples.
Yes.
He wasn't like boing, boing, with big eyes looking at them.
Huh? Craig
And
Bierko.
that's why it made me laugh.
His eyes are as big as saucers.
Yes.
UFO saucers.
And lots of mouth. Whoa.
Oh my God, this
Yeah.
guy. He is mugging
Yeah.
in the extreme. It is ruinous. It really is. It genuinely is. I think that
But yes, it
this
is.
movie, listen, this movie sucks. Again, I'm sorry to this man.
I do have to admit this movie sucks.
I do have to admit, this movie sucks.
By
but
the way, we
Craig
keep saying that because it's
Bierko-
something our dad said once, and it was really, really funny.
Yeah, there was one night we had tried to order a salad pizza. And it is not something our dad would ever go for.
No.
And about halfway through eating it, he goes, I have to admit, this pizza sucks. It's like, why
Such
do
a
you,
weird thing to say.
why'd you say it like you were about to shock us that you like it?
Yeah.
When it's exactly what I thought it was going to be.
Admit. Yeah.
This pizza sucks. Craig Bierko,
I know. I have to admit.
he makes the movie worse.
Yeah, he absolutely does.
How did David Zucker, the director of like Airplane and the Naked Gun movies and stuff, how did he
I
let
keep
this?
forgetting that he did the Naked Gun.
These
that's
two
crazy.
movies, like Keenan Ivory Wayans and the Wayans brothers themselves, in 1 and 2, like I really think that those movies are. Listen, I didn't.
Perfect?
No. Yeah, perfect. Great American comedies.
Yeah.
But like they are totally acceptable spoof movies.
Yeah.
They're funny,
I mean-
they're high energy, they're zany, and they know how to play it straight. David Zucker.
I don't know that I would have said that when I had only watched 1 and 2, but
know.
now, yes.
Context is key.
Right. Now, yes, I agree.
Everything's different when you see Scary Movie 4.
Yeah.
How is it that David Zucker, who is one of the like creators of this form, one of the masters,
The Naked Gun movies are so good.
there, Allie and I watched. I can't believe that we're not sick of spoof movies. We watched
Yeah.
Police Squad. You ever see the TV series?
No.
Oh my God, Kristen. First of all, you can't find it anywhere. We can only find episode 1.
Yeah.
But like, it reminded me why this stuff is great.
Yeah.
Leslie Nielsen, it's the Naked Gun movies, the TV show before the movies came out. So it's Frank Drebin on different cases and stuff.
I love Frank Drebin.
And at one point he's speaking to the widow of a murder victim. And she goes, what am I going to do? How am I going to explain it to my kids? And when the chief of police or whatever is like, yeah, you're going to have to tell him something. And then Leslie Nielsen goes, how about this? A big monster came, took him away to daddy heaven. It's like, that's amazing.
That's great.
That's amazingly funny.
Yeah.
And Police Squad gave me the fondness for this form.
Yeah.
How is this the same guy who helmed that and this?
I don't know.
Because he looked at Craig Bierko and thought he had the
He's
next.
got it.
You think he was a kingmaker? Craig Bierko, we were going to champion. Look at how goo-goo he can get in a scene. Look at how big his eyes get all the time.
Right.
Oh, my God. He's friends with Kevin Hart and Anthony Anderson, who are back. They repeat their gag from Scary Movie 3 where they just debate the logic of phrases like, she woke up dead. How do you wake up dead?
Yeah.
And in this one, it's she turned up missing. How do you turn up missing? And they just talk
I didn't even
about
notice
that.
that.
Yep. They also have a Brokeback Mountain gag.
Oh, yes.
Where they went camping together, and then Anthony Anderson reached over in the tent, and Kevin Hart goes, what are you doing? And he goes, just trying to grab some nuts.
Yeah.
And it's a bag of nuts, Kristen.
See, I can't tell if I remember seeing this in a clip or maybe a trailer or something, or if I just know this sort of joke so well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know?
That's a great point. Everything here is well-trod slop.
Yeah. It is
Slop. This one sucks ace.
Yeah, it absolutely sucks ass. Also, is Craig Bierko's name Tom Ryan because he's supposed to be like Tom Cruise and Tom Cruise is Jack Ryan?
That is, I believe, correct.
Yeah, I was thinking it was like Jack Ryan time when this came out.
I think so. I think you're absolutely right about
I've never
that.
seen Jack Ryan.
Neither have I.
Yeah. Also, because it's around the time that the events you're talking about are, because we cut to the Brokeback Mountain scene while they're in this bar after Craig Bierko has like quit a job.
Right.
The bartender and the bar that they're at is Sarah Edmondson, who is the Nexium whistleblower, or like one of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from the HBO series The Vows, seasons 1 and 2.
Whoa. Nexium was that cult.
Yeah.
So she was a cult in the cult?
Yeah.
Whoa, and she
And then
blew
she
the
left
whistle.
the cult and
Hell
blew
yeah.
the whistle,
Tight.
among other people. She just has a couple lines. She says, Tom Ryan, I haven't seen you in a while. And then when the group of friends is talking about sleeping with Tom's ex-wife, she says, you guys talking about Marilyn? Great lay. But still, good for her for getting some lines in.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like, this is the kind of movie where you're just like, hey, listen, the effects are pretty decent. The crafts, right? Like the set design, all that stuff. You're like, people who know what they're doing did a good job. And then every performer and writer just totally shit the bed all around it.
I guess, what are you going to do? But like, I just thought it's funny. Like in Nexium, they kind of like heralded her as like, sort of like in Scientology, where they'd be like, look at all the stars. Like Tom Cruise and Leah Remini and all these people. And in Nexium, they were like, look, we have the girl from Smallville and Sarah Edmondson and whatever. And she was in Scary Movie 4.
Yeah, you're right.
No shade, but I'm just saying.
No, it is a marked difference.
Yeah.
You're right about that. Tom is divorced from Molly Shannon. He says, you already took everything. She was
the Great Lay, yeah.
You're taking everything from me. You took everything but my name. And then she goes, actually, a judge granted me that yesterday. And I didn't laugh, but I noted that as a sufficient joke. A judge gave her his name. She gets to have his name, Tom Ryan.
Her name is Tom Ryan now? Is that the joke?
I think that's what the only thing the joke could possibly mean is I'm allowed to have your name now.
Yeah.
It's a fine joke. I'm not saying it's great.
No, it's not.
I'm sifting for anything, and I didn't find a diamond, but I did find like a penny.
I don't think I laughed at anything.
What?
Except for the Dr. Phil thing. But I don't think I laughed at anything else. Oh, no. There is something I laughed at. I just remembered.
Okay, yeah, because I've got...
Big Butt in the Sky.
1, 2, 3, 4... Oh, no, you laughed at that?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I laughed at 4 things.
Okay.
And Allie laughed at 1 additional.
I think I've only got 2.
And I wrote it down.
No, 3.
You got 3?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So
I've mentioned them all now. It was These Aren't Nipples from Leslie Nielsen, Dr. Phil in the beginning, and at one point there is, warfare from the aliens or whatever, and the clouds turn into a giant butt.
Yeah,
And I
they,
was
like,
shocked to see that.
They like fart out lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
It was like a laugh of shock. Like, whoa.
Whoa, I didn't
Yeah.
expect. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. I forgive you. All right.
I mean, I love butts and farts, so it wouldn't be that far off. But we hadn't been like that centered on that in this movie. So to see it was a real surprise.
Yeah, because they do the War of the Worlds thing where it's like the sky turns gray and there's lightning and then the tripods rise from the ground. But in this case, they're not just tripods like walking on three legs aliens.
Yeah.
It's an iPod.
Yeah.
That comes up and it first plays music. What did it play?
It plays, I think it's Karma Chameleon.
Yes, I think you're right about that. And then it changes on the screen from Karma Chameleon to Destroy All Humans.
Yes.
Which is...
Yeah, I know.
And they couldn't come up with anything clever, just like a song that
I know,
says...
because it doesn't make sense, because it's like listening to songs, and then it's a directive, destroy all humans.
Yeah, but everyone was asleep at the wheel.
Yeah, I know.
Man. And then it becomes the regular tripod and walks around blowing people up and turning them into dust.
Yeah.
Why didn't they stay on a bunch of iPods? Like,
I don't know.
Thudding around. Why did it have to turn into the three-legged War of the Worlds machine?
That's a great question. I don't know. They should have.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, it wouldn't be funny. As I'm saying, they should have. It's not like I'd be like, oh, what a boon to this movie that they've done that.
Yeah.
But it would make more sense in the context of the movie to do that.
I totally agree. I completely, totally agree.
Yeah.
Cindy is now like a healthcare worker, like a family healthcare worker.
Is Cloris Leachman supposed to be Charlie Sheen's mom?
Oh.
Because there's a picture before we even meet her as like living in the Grudge house. There was a joke that I did not understand where Charlie Sheen in the beginning of the movie, where he's like going around killing himself, he looks at a picture of himself and Cloris Leachman. And I was like,
You're right.
I was like, what's the joke here? Is it like
You're right.
that he's remarried and it's this old woman?
Yeah, that is confusing.
I didn't understand what it was.
That is confusing.
Also, it's the girls. He is sleeping with the girls next door, like Bridget Marquardt, Kendra Wilkinson, and Holly Madison in the beginning of the movie.
Oh, okay. Isn't that Zach Bagan's girlfriend?
Yep.
Whoa. So he's...
And Bridget Marquardt is a paranormal investigator.
He's 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon to Scary
Zach
Movie 3.
Bagans.
Whoa.
Yeah.
6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon
to Zach
Bagans.
Yeah.
Bacon v. Bacon.
Whoa. Can you imagine?
Oh my God. I can't.
Talk about a War of the Worlds.
You know what? In fact, I won't.
Oh.
I guess you're right. I think Cloris Leachman must be Charlie Sheen's mommy.
They don't say it. They just show him look at a picture. And I guess that's what that's supposed to communicate.
That's strange.
Yeah.
Pointless. Uh-huh. But so that is, I guess, why...
But also, wait, as I'm saying this, that would mean that is her mother-in-law.
Yes, you're right.
And I don't know what the hell's going on.
So why did she get randomly assigned to work at Cloris Leachman's house?
Like, oh, it's so good to see you.
Yeah, because she was married to Charlie Sheen's brother, Simon Rex.
Right.
You're absolutely right. You know, this movie's full of holes.
What does this mean?
See, this is, I think last time, or maybe, I don't know, a couple times, you have been like, well, these movies don't have to be anything. And I think you're now coming around to how I was thinking last week, where I was like, why is it like...
Well, I don't know.
Why is it aliens and ghosts? Like the Ring Girl is talking about destroying aliens, and now you're like, but wait a minute, that's her mother-in-law? Like, no, none of these people are anybody to each other.
But I would say it's apples and oranges. Your thing about the plot not being good, and me being like, it doesn't make sense. These two things.
All right, you watch your goddamn
in opposition.
Mouth. My point is that I don't like these, and I think you're coming around to analyzing the...
William, I don't think it's analyzing the plot the same way you did to see that Cloris Leachman is in a picture with Charlie Sheen, and then Cloris Leachman's in it later, and it's unremarked upon.
You're only making this worse for yourself. I know that you have one of those boards with the red lines between people for their relationships. Can we talk about Cloris Leachman?
Yes.
Why you have Cloris Leachman in your movie and you do this to her?
I don't know. Also, on the flip side, why are you doing this, Cloris Leachman?
Exactly. Was Grace Zabriskie this role in The Grudge? I actually think she was, in which case...
I don't remember.
I think Grace Zabriskie is the older woman who needs care in Kayako's house.
Okay. I really don't remember.
Because that is the role that Cloris Leachman is fulfilling. She's catatonic. And so Cindy is trying to give her a sponge bath, but accidentally dips the sponge in a bedpan. And starts rubbing pee-pee all over Cloris Leachman's head and face.
I theoretically...
While saying, doesn't it feel good? It's so warm. Anna Faris is pretty... you know what? would have told you I don't like her. Mm-hmm. I think she's pretty good at what she does.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
I think we need her.
Yeah.
No, I think.
Oh,
she's good.
this movie needs her.
Yeah.
Because anytime I see Craig Bierko again and he's just mugging to the camera,
I know.
I'm gonna stab my eyes out.
I also think that Cloris Leachman would not be in this if Leslie Nielsen was not in it. I think that the fact that there is another spoofy person in it made her like, oh, okay, I'll do this.
I think that's a very good point.
Mm-hmm.
I also think that Leslie Nielsen, the last handful of movies that he did, like he's in you realize that he's in like superhero movie, right?
Yes.
I think he was content to just show up in this kind of thing because he was a get for this form.
Yeah.
And
he knows how to do it. He can
does.
come in. It's like another day at the office. He can do it with his eyes closed.
And I will say, he still is very funny in this movie.
Yes, he is.
When we get to him.
Yeah, I know. We don't get much of him. Well, we don't get much of him as far as length of time on screen, but we do get a lot of him, so to speak.
Yes, you're right. We do see much of him. I'm going to tell you another thing that made me laugh, and it has to do with the haunted house.
Great.
All right? Mm-hmm. Cindy is being given a tour. I still think it's funny. I'm not embarrassed. I refuse to be embarrassed that this made me laugh.
You shouldn't be.
Cindy is being given a tour of the haunted house by Mr. Koji. Mm-hmm. Mr. Koji is like, this is the kitchen, this is the living room, and then he'll see like hair.
Yeah.
Ghostly Kayako type hair in the corner, and he'll be trying to like clean it up before Cindy notices it.
Yeah.
And then at one point he's like, this is the bathroom, but the tub is full, and Toshio starts to rise out of the water, and Cindy doesn't notice. And so he quickly tries to shove Toshio under the water and hide that there's a ghost at all, being like, it's a great place, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then she hears the splashing, so she comes in, and the camera just comes around the corner and reveals Mr. Koji seemingly naked, sitting in the bath. Mm-hmm. Like he's finally, he's accomplished covering up the ghost.
Of course, he did it.
All he can do now is just pretend. He goes, "Oh, sorry, I decided to take a bath."
Yeah.
And that made me laugh.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mr. Koji, the best he could
I liked
summon.
Mr. Koji.
The best he could summon was, I had to take a bath because I'm now sitting in the bath soaking wet.
What else are you going to say?
And that made me laugh. He was trying to cover something up. He was trying to cover up Toshio.
Yeah.
He successly did it, but he made himself look weird in order to accomplish it.
Yeah.
And I liked it.
It's not bad. A Toshio thing that I liked was that it's not necessarily this whole part. At one point, Cindy can see Toshio and they're communicating. They're saying, easy joke. They're just going back and forth saying Mitsubishi, Benihana, whatever.
Yeah. Sashimi.
The last
very tasteful comedy in this movie, as always. Scary Movie really always nails it with their sensitivity.
Of course. Toshio says 3 last things and then fades away on like a funny sound and it cuts off very quickly.
It is sashimi. He goes like...
Yeah, he's like, sashimi, and it like cuts off.
Yes.
And I like that.
I know, that's kind of enjoyable. I agree. Mm-hmm. I think the kid who's playing essentially Toshio has like a speech impediment or something. I found him interesting to look at.
Me too. I did like to look at the Toshio kid.
Yeah, I was fine looking at Toshio.
Yeah, the Toshio kid.
I always liked the Toshio kid. Even in The Grudge, there's something that's very amusing to me about Toshio. Mm-hmm. He's just like a little scamp.
Yeah, he is.
You
I know.
He's just kind of causing mischief and seems like he's having a good time.
Yeah, I agree.
Although he is dead and cursed.
Well, there is that. He's fun to look at.
That's true.
Well, William, before we move on and go on to further analysis of Scary Movie 4.
Yes.
Let's take a quick pause and talk about patreon.com/GTTUpod. This is where you can find our entire second weekly podcast that you may not even know about. It's called the Netherworld Dispatch, and it comes out every single Monday. If you go to our Patreon, you can find a way to get it for yourself. That is by joining our Demon tier. We also have a number of different tiers that you can check out. You can see what works for you and join one of them. And it is the best way to support the show. We are so appreciative to all of you who already do it. You all seem to really like it, which is so nice.
Which is wonderful.
Feedback on people liking the Patreon bonus stuff, and it rules. So thank you so much.
It is the damnedest.
Yeah.
We listen. I'm not going to lie to you folks. Mm-hmm. You know how we do October.
Oh yeah.
It gets rough sometimes.
Ooch.
This is the roughest since Cagetober.
Definitely.
Do you still think this is better or worse than Cagetober?
I kind of still think it's better.
I don't know why, but I do also think that I technically prefer this to Cagetober.
Yeah.
But it gets dicey in Guide to the Unknown Land during October, which is ironic. We're scary all year round.
I know, but
So
I think
October, we've really got to find a way to make things intense for ourselves.
I think because we pick a focus, and that I mean, there's no escaping it then for a month. So if it's not great,
we're gonna
or
commit.
if we get tired of it, then it's just like, ugh, but we're still in.
All I mean to say is, listen, we're in the mines over here, okay?
Yeah.
Over on the Netherworld Dispatch, we are free from the binds of SCARMUTO.
Yeah.
So feel free to go breathe a breath of fresh, okay? Patreon.com/GTTUpod. And thank you to everybody who does. It is a blast over there. I love doing the Netherworld Dispatch.
Yes.
I've also got a delightful review for us here from A. Casmoney. All right, who says, Guide to the Unknown is one of my favorite podcasts. I am in the demon tier on Patreon. And I love that it means I can start and end my week with Kristen and Will. Such a good listen. Great dynamic between the two of you, and it feels like I'm just hanging out with my cool, similarly spooky-minded friends. I don't know if I can forgive the introduction of the phrase wet puppetry into my life.
Yeah, no, I get that. That's a really funny thing to say.
Wet puppetry.
I get that. I don't know if they can forgive the introduction of the phrase. Yeah.
Cursed knowledge, they say. But the one downside to an otherwise fantastic show.
Fair.
500 out of 5 stars.
Aw, that's so nice.
Would recommend. Thank you, A. Casmoney.
Thank you. That's so nice.
Much
Thank you.
appreciated.
That's a great review. Thank you to everybody who leaves us reviews too. It makes a huge difference in helping other people decide to check out the show, which is really great. And you all fully rule. And I forgot to mention, when you join our Patreon at the $4 or more level, then you get all of our episodes ad-free. Like all of the just regular feed ones. Ad-free, none of this, none of that.
Nope.
And you can just go on with your days.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Get the party rolling.
Yep.
Scary fun, everybody. Enjoy some scary fun.
Yep.
All right. So more about Scary Movie 3, which is the opposite of fun.
No, Scary Movie 4.
Well, whatever. After this commercial break.
Yes. Okay, Will. So I was poking around online and seeing what kinds of things people have to say about Scary Movie 4.
Okay.
And I came across a site that I had heard of before, but like not ever gone to, called commonsensemedia.org. Have you heard of this before?
Maybe. It rings a vague bell.
So it's a Christian site that is, it puts out guides to different movies, giving you stuff to like look out for if you're a parent, I think in particular.
Okay.
Sticky wickets that you might not want your kids looking at.
I would never show this to my children.
No, this is the Parent's Guide to Scary Movie 4. And we know all these things from watching the movie. Hopefully our audience doesn't from watching the movie and they're just listening to us talk about it. But I thought it'd be fun to read you their kind of like overview of the movie. It's divided into sections, and I think it's funny to hear it just like rapid fire. So they have things divided out. Positive messages, not present, which is typical of this broad comedy franchise. Ludicrous behaviors and moral failings. Violence and scariness. A lot. Various stabbings, punchings, shootings, one seppuku, a crotch womping, Dr. Phil hit in the head with a pipe and ceiling chunks.
A crotch womping?
Yes.
Okay.
Dr. Phil hit in the head with a pipe and ceiling chunks, then saws off his own foot. Child appears in photo with automatic weapons. Shipyard container splats foreman. Asian woman is missing half her face. Coworkers slam her head like a stapler. I hated looking at that woman.
I didn't understand. What was the gag with her? She works for the healthcare office.
And that she had gone to Cloris Leachman's house.
Oh, and came back with half her face missing.
Yes.
But she's still alive.
It looked so weird.
It did look weird. This was a bizarre gag.
Yeah, I didn't like it. Healthcare manager tries to drown ghost child. Cindy hit in head with baseball and football. Tom accidentally hits daughter, slams her head in car door, and throws her violently. $1 Million Baby spoof features multiple necks breaking and Mike Tyson lookalike biting off a pile of ears. I hated that pile of ears.
I hated the pile of ears. I hated that flashback. I hate that there's a $1 Million Baby spoof inside Scary Movie. I had a thought.
Yeah.
Because you can tell that they are running out of scary stuff to parody.
Yeah.
Which is weird to me. I understand that they've got to do contemporary stuff. You want to keep it fresh. War of the Worlds just came out.
Yeah.
The Grudge just came out. Those are the big things. Hey, could you not throw in Freddy Krueger or something? Just like one of these figures that everyone already knows. Like you can't find a way to keep the horror fresh. Why are we doing $1 million baby parody?
I have no idea. And I also don't think it'd be so bad to even go back to wells that they have previously gone to and do different parts of them.
Yes.
Like you could do different things from The Exorcist if you want, or
Sure.
Scream, or have they even done Halloween? No, like there's tons of stuff to do.
I will say the following. I was thinking of Dave Sheridan, as I often do, the fellow who played Doofy.
Look, I light a candle for him every night.
The fellow who played Doofy in Scary Movie 1. There was a parody in The Village, M. Night Shyamalan's The Village.
Yeah.
Chris Elliott returns from Scary Movie 2. Again, playing a tastefully disabled fella.
So are you wondering why that wasn't Dave Sheridan?
No. He's playing basically the Adrian Brody character from The Village.
Yeah.
Okay? But then they say, his brother is the sheriff. And then another similarly disabled fella appears giggling and pointing at the badge on his vest. Why is that not Doofy?
You are absolutely right. What a miscarriage of justice.
This could have been where he escaped to and he's still hiding out.
Really? Now you are a writer. You know
I'm telling you, I look for opportunities.
William?
Okay? Listen.
Guys, everybody, this guy, William, this is a writer.
I'm sorry, but my craft, I just can't turn it off.
No.
I look at something, and it's not even necessarily that I see problems. I see potential for sunshine.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel that Dave Sheridan really could have elevated that moment.
Now that you say that, it's crazy that that's not Doofy.
Yeah. He could have been, here's the gag. Are you ready?
That it's the sheriff.
Yeah, He's the sheriff. He's another
And he's mentally
lawman,
disabled.
and he's mentally disabled. He could have stepped in, and they'd be like, his brother is the sheriff.
Yeah.
And then he could have been giggling, and then all you need is Anna Faris to go, Doofy?
Right.
And for then him to drop the act and go, no.
Uh-huh.
And then you're out.
Right.
You're done.
Yeah, this is shocking.
This is where he's been hiding out since Scary Movie 1.
Yeah.
He's doofing it up in another community, an isolated Amish community.
You're absolutely right.
I am sick of my
and Gail
light being
Hailstorm could have been there. It's
hidden
a whole
under
community.
a bushel. You're right.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, they've got Carmen Electra back from Scary Movie 1.
I know.
There is a little bit of the family who's brought back. In
Yeah, the
this.
repertory players.
Yes, Chris Elliott puts mashed potatoes on his head.
Yeah,
rather than jamming his hand in the mashed potatoes, now the mashed potato bowl's on the head.
I have a
very
note about
interesting subversion of the trope.
What's up with this guy in taters? Is my question.
This dude loves taters.
Yeah.
Chris Elliott loves his taters. I'd hate to go to his house on Thanksgiving.
It's all taters.
Yeah, you don't know what's going to happen.
This is weird.
Yeah.
This is weird. To continue the Common Sense Media summary
Please.
of this in the violence and scariness category, Tom shoots himself by accident. Alien tripod zaps victim. Lil Jon's car crashes.
Oh, God.
Tom and two others hold gun and knife on one another. Fake monsters in village and knife in Harry's chest. Now let me move on to the section sex, romance, and nudity.
Romance.
A lot, it says. It's a 1 to 5 scale of circles. All 5 are filled in.
Is that? But this is a PG-13. I mean, it's not as if they.
Well, William, let me read it to you, and I think you'll see why it's at a lot.
Apologies.
Several open-mouthed kisses between primary couple.
No.
I mean, that.
No.
Yeah, for Common Sense Media, open-mouthed kisses are like, whoa.
A kiss?
Yeah.
All right.
Movie opens with Sir Mix-a-Lot's baby got back over jiggling microbes.
Oh, yeah.
Scene ends with man on bench itching his crotch.
Oh, yeah, that's a good joke. I almost laughed at that because they make fun of.
I actually totally forgot about that because I was reeling. So like at that, I was probably writing notes to tell you the truth because I went, oh man, I'm loving this movie because it had just been the Dr. Phil into Scary Movie 4 thing.
Sure.
Then immediately into cartoons of microbes twerking and like dancing on each other. And I was like, oh God, this sucks. So I actually think I missed this guy scratching his crotch.
You know, I think it's Morgan Freeman who provides narration in War of the Worlds. Mm-hmm. And then in this movie, it's James Earl Jones. But so he's like
it's not. It's just a guy who sounds like James Earl Jones.
But didn't he show up at the end of the movie?
Unless I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know.
I might.
So
yeah. Yes, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. So doesn't they show the microbes and they're singing "Baby Got Back." Mm-hmm. It's literally like single cell organisms where he's like the smallest of life forms, whatever, and then it pulls back and back and back and back, and then we realize that we're tight on a man's crotch as he's scratching his balls through his like slacks, and that That didn't make me laugh, but I did. There were multiple times where I would just say to Allie, like, that's a sufficient joke. Like
That
that's
sounds kind of funny to me.
That's a fine joke. I know. I'm laughing
I think
now.
I would have liked that.
What do you mean? You didn't see it?
No, I think I was taking notes. I didn't see the guy scratching his balls.
It was enjoyable.
Yeah. No, I think I would have liked that.
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen wakes up with 3 porn stars, then overdoses on Viagra, causing gigantic erection. I wouldn't call them porn stars, just a distinction.
Okay.
Brokeback Mountain spoof. Photo, then that's enough for them.
That's enough. You know what that means.
Right.
Yeah.
Photo shows women
Gay
lifting...
people are funny, right? There's so many jokes
know.
where it's just like, can you believe that these two dudes are kissing?
It's so stupid.
Multiple times, yeah.
Yeah. Or that just their butts are out around each other. Photo shows woman lifting up shirt, non-explicit. Cindy says she's taken balls to the face. Cindy appears in shower, shoulders up.
Shoulders up.
Village feast table features 2 roasted pigs in fornicating position. 2 village members are gay. Carmen Electra.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that really is. It's not that they're kissing. They're just upset that the two.
This is just a super strict Christian website letting you know.
I know. It is
shocking.
It is kind of shocking to hear their viewpoint that there are gay characters alone,
No,
let alone
shocking.
that the characters in the movie are made fun of because all gay people do is make out 100% of the time,
Totally.
right?
Yeah,
but it's
yeah,
like the existence of these gay characters.
It's
That's
like a
the
red flag for the parents to look out for.
Yes.
Carmen Electra wears a corset and fishnets.
Right.
Not that she's... Well, I guess it's not in the sex, romance, and nudity category.
Yeah, because then
It could be in nudity that she's like shitting her brains out.
She lifts a seat at the back of the town hall and takes the nastiest duke.
Yeah.
While Bill Pullman's trying to give a speech.
Right.
Right.
Zap Ray evaporates clothes off UN members and US president. He spends minutes not quite showing his butt and front, covered by obstacles. He says he thought his penis was a zipper and pulled it up and down.
Yeah, he that's what made Allie laugh.
This is actually a great way to sum up the movie.
You're right.
This
You're
is
right.
a great, I
want to hang on Leslie Nielsen for just a moment.
I'm happy to. No, we can use this as a springboard.
So Leslie Nielsen made me laugh. I really count Leslie Nielsen basically as like one laugh. I mean, if you really wanted to be pedantic, you could split it up into multiple
nipples
laughs.
And penis.
Yes.
Yeah.
He goes, he's sitting and listening to a kid read a book. And then a Secret Service guy leans in and goes, Mr. President, excuse me, but there's been a sighting of aliens. And he goes, okay. And tries to go back to listen to the book. And the guy goes, sir, this is important. And he goes, but right now I need to know what's happening with the duck.
Yeah.
There's a duck in the book.
Yeah.
And then he tries to deflect as he's leaving. He goes, you know what, kids? Why don't we read another book? Rumple Foreskin. He holds up Rumpelstiltskin. And God damn it, I think it's stupid.
Yeah.
But Leslie Nielsen saying Rumple Foreskin made me laugh. He will have his clothing zapped off his body, and he thinks that he's like, I'm not naked. I thought I was wearing a wrinkly leather coat.
Right.
These aren't buttons, pointing to his nipples. And he says, I've been tugging this thing up and down. I thought it was a zipper. You know what? It's not bad. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's all okay.
Absolutely.
It's okay.
So there's that. Alien snaky robot appears to fornicate with vacuum cleaner.
Right.
One torture device has missile pointed at Tom's butt. One bit of torture involves titty twisting, which they block out. T blank, 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 Y
Oh, that's
twisting.
amazing. Why don't they say nipple?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess, well.
That's weird.
I guess titty is like slang. Wiping her lips, Brenda has apparently had oral sex with scary Saw puppet off screen. Mahalik and CJ show bare butts as they wear chaps. President in bed with a duck.
I did like that too. I liked seeing Leslie Nielsen during like the happy ending of this movie. They, in a montage, show Leslie Nielsen finally cuddling a duck in bed.
Yes.
And I assume they wanted to imply that Leslie Nielsen had sex with a duck. I like to just imagine he finally got to cuddle with a duck.
Me too. He seemed very interested in the duck.
He wanted to know about the duck.
Yeah.
He also farts at one point and goes, there's that duck again.
Yes, I know. I appreciated that too. Yep. Now, them mentioning the Saw characters, I would like to use as a quick springboard for something that I saw on Reddit.
Okay.
That gave me a little laugh. It's a total joke. It's really just me giving props to somebody who posted something on the Saw Reddit. There are, surprisingly or not surprisingly, a few posts about Scary Movie 4 on the Saw subreddit.
Okay.
But Bobby the Brain Heenan posted on the Saw subreddit, Scary Movie 4 should be considered canon and included in Saw community.
I agree.
And then they said, change my mind. There's an offspring that can continue the work. And then the comments say, someone says, sorry, just a second. Somebody says, question, where in the timeline does it take place? And then Bobby the Brain Heenan wrote back, sorry, man, it was more of a joke. Scary Movie 4 is a parody movie. It has the Saw puppet and a storyline with it. I really like the Scary movies and also really like the Saw movies, so I cracked up at the idea. So I like that he was being nice to the person.
Yeah,
giving them
let me
the
explain
benefit
to
of
you
the
what the
doubt.
joke was.
But then that person wrote back and said, I know it was a joke, but still, for laughs and giggles, where do you think it would take place? Laughy face. Now Bobby the Brain is going with them. Haha. Okay, it could really fit in any time after the first Saw movie, as Scary Movie 4 had a direct parody to the main bathroom the first Saw movie took place in. So either the puppets in Scary Movie took inspiration from Kramer in the first movie, or Kramer took inspiration from the puppets in Scary Movie 4.
Wow.
Interesting food for thought. Then the other person said maybe it takes place between 1 and 2, and that is what Hoffman is doing while Kramer is in Mexico.
Wait, what? Wait, maybe it's... What?
Maybe the events of Scary Movie 4 take place between the events of Scary Movies 1 and 2.
Saw 1 and 2?
Yep. And that is what Hoffman is doing while Kramer is in Mexico, which is what is going on in Saw X.
So this was posted recently.
Right. 1 year ago.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was really hoping this was vintage from the day.
No.
I don't like that people are still talking about this.
I do. I think it's funny.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this probably is what Hoffman was doing.
Probably, right?
Most likely.
I liked it.
Can we talk about Zoltar and Korblar or whatever?
Yeah.
We reveal that Billy the Puppet is the alien.
Mm-hmm.
Like the puppets are the aliens that are driving the tripod walkers.
It's ironic because the puppets are actually the puppet masters in this scenario.
Oh, interesting, Kristen. Very good. And it's revealed that they are, one of them is the father of Toshio.
Yes.
And so the alien attack is because they're getting, essentially they're like taking out their rage or exacting their revenge on the entire human race because Toshio died.
Yeah.
Toshio's a ghost.
Yeah.
Now, it is also worth pointing out that Toshio died at the $1 Million Baby boxing match where Cindy was boxing a Mike Tyson person who kept biting people's ears off and spitting them into a big gross pile.
Right.
And then everybody started slipping and breaking their necks, including Cindy's ex-husband, Simon Rex, who I guess slipped and broke his neck and died. Somebody got a chicken sandwich thrown at their neck and their neck broke.
Yeah.
I've never seen $1 Million Baby. I don't care, but I get the notion that someone breaks their neck in it.
Yeah.
And
from this, I get that notion.
But bizarrely, Toshio, while being there, didn't die from a broken neck. He died because Don King fell on him.
Yeah. Right. I hadn't thought about Don King in a long time.
No one has.
Until this movie.
Nobody has. So a random moment where Don King fell on Toshio and killed him is why Billy the Puppet, who is an alien and is Toshio's father, leads an alien war on Earth.
That's exactly right.
Tight story. Tight story.
Yeah.
Now, to be pedantic,
Yes.
last week I was frustrated that the ring was merging with signs and there was like we got to stop the ghost to stop the aliens. And in this, Toshio is like, I know how to stop the aliens.
Yeah.
And it's like, these things do not operate together.
Right.
And I know that they don't need to operate together because this is a stupid movie.
Yes.
But everything in Scary Movie 1 worked together, even though it was dumb.
Yeah.
Everything in Scary Movie 2 worked together from a plot standpoint, even though it was dumb.
Right.
Why do both of these have this bizarre merging of ghost and alien that, in my opinion, do not work well together?
I don't know, Will. I mean, I don't think it works together either, but I do think it is a matter of opinion. Because I
certainly.
guess
Everything is a matter of
I suppose
opinion.
people think that it worked together. I guess because it did. You're right. It doesn't work together well. It doesn't make any sense.
No.
But it
I don't
didn't
like
work
hearing
together
Toshio
well.
say, I know how to stop the aliens. The second that a ghost says, I know how to stop the aliens, my brain just starts folding in on itself.
However, here's the thing. Maybe ghosts and aliens can all operate on the same esoteric plane together. We don't know how their laws work. So maybe they could know how to stop the aliens.
You know who would know how their laws work?
Who?
Sheriff Doofy.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Really needed to be here.
Yeah. His loss was felt.
Just a friendly face.
I know. Can I just wrap up telling you about what the Common Sense Media
I'll allow it.
is letting you know about? Language. Right on the edge for language. One F word, several S words, slang for sex and genitals, assorted other language. Hell, pissed, damn it, bitch, snow hoe, ass clown, turd, rumple foreskin, and then pussy with, again, like little dashes in for that.
That's so
Why
funny.
are there dashes in for some things, not others? Like, why is bitch fine?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Very weird. Products and purchases, Vaseline, Yoo-hoo.
That's like I know that like somebody who like, you know, works at like a Walgreens, they'll probably be like, "You watching Scary Movie 4 tonight? All you're buying is Vaseline and Yahoo." Wahoo. Wahoo?
Yahoo.
What is it?
Yoo-hoo.
Yoo-hoo. Sorry.
No, William.
What?
You're right. It was Yahoo. I said Yoo-hoo.
What? It's Yahoo.
Yeah. I've just got
Oh.
I've just got Yoo-hoo on the brain.
And I think I auto-corrected it to Yahoo because
Yeah.
Toshio says, "Follow the blood," and then blood, script blood. Like
Yeah.
blood handwriting in cursive appears on the wall, and Cindy goes, "I can't read that." So it reforms to be a Yahoo Maps
That's right. Okay.
thing. So I think I auto-corrected back to Yahoo.
Yes, you're right.
But
Thank
for
you.
confusingly, I said you could buy it at a store.
Huh, yeah.
I guess I think that Yahoo is something you can buy alongside Vaseline.
I don't think so. I think because I said Yoo-hoo, you were already in store mode. I think that's all that is.
We're just in SCARMUTO 4 here, everybody.
I know.
We're just in SCARMUTO 4 here, and it's getting hot.
Getting hot. We're in the thick of it. Drinking, drugs, and smoking. Character drinks vodka with full bottle of Viagra. Character drinks beer and bar. Not anything really exciting. And parents need to know. Okay, this is kind of the juicy one.
Okay.
This is like the big sum up. Parents need to know that the film includes assorted violent acts, exaggerated for comedy, such as stabbings, shootings, collisions, car crash, seppuku, a hit to the crotch, running into trees and a building, boxing, neck breaks, Mike Tyson look-alike biting off ears, vehicles and shipyard containers slamming into people, alien tripods zapping. Wait, is this just summing up everything I read? No.
Yeah, it feels like
Hang on.
a fairly large condensing of...
Let me just see. All right, there is a little bit of extra stuff.
Okay.
Very little blood visible throughout the film, exaggerated sound effects for breaking bones, some screams of comedic terror. At film's end, Tom, the man who saved the world, appears on Oprah, where he eats the sofa, punches Oprah, she punches back, smashes her with a chair, breaks her hands, and generally destroys her set.
Yeah.
Characters drink vodka and beer. Characters refer to weed. Characters make sexual references, language, and some images, with immature joking about nakedness and genitalia.
Correct.
Lots of profanity. In the context of not liking kids, the president says, "Remind me to sign that abortion bill."
Yes. They love in these movies to have like a kid who gets like bonked in the head with stuff, or, you know,
Yeah.
Craig Bierko's daughter keeps getting struck by lightning and blah, 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 blah. Like same joke over and over and over. They love that.
Yes, they do. And also, you pointed out in Scary Movie 3 that there were a lot of head bonks that
Yep.
you noticed, and that absolutely continued here.
What did I write?
What you got? So many head bonks under the category complaint. Will wrote so many head bonks.
And I didn't bother to write more because I think we all know there are more complaints. There's not just the one.
Of course.
This movie sucks. This movie is awful. This
Yeah.
is the movie where we say goodbye to Anna Faris and Regina Hall, who have been our stalwart hosts through the first 4 scary movies. Regina Hall, who just shows up halfway through the movie.
I know.
Even though she exploded in the last one, like her body was ripped piece from piece.
Yeah.
Anna Faris does go, "I thought you were dead." And Regina Hall goes, "I thought you were dead too."
Right.
I'm like, fair enough. Just continue. Whatever. But yep, they're just both sort of in this for the half of the movie on. I don't know, but
I hope Regina Hall got $1 million too.
I hope so too. Now, they get a relatively happy ending for the first time ever. Molly Shannon's happy. She makes out with an old man.
Yeah.
Anna Faris and Craig Bierko are together now. Regina Hall has had sex with one of the Billy the Puppet aliens.
Right.
And gives birth to a baby Billy the Puppet.
Yeah.
Hated to look at this. Hate the idea of Billy the Puppet as a biologically alive thing.
Terrible.
Don't like it.
Terrible.
Kevin Hart and Anthony Anderson are still in love and walking back into their Brokeback Mountain tent wearing their
Assless chaps.
And Leslie Nielsen in that duck, of course. So it is a wonderfully lovey-dovey conclusion to the quadrilogy, ultimately culminating.
I don't think anybody gets hit by a car, do they?
Yes, they do, because we reveal narrator James Earl Jones, who says, everything is fine because of love. And then he gets hit by a bus. Hilarious. Smash to credits, but we're not done yet. Just like Scary Movie 1, there's a mid-credit scene to some extent.
I didn't see this.
What?
No, I didn't see it.
You didn't see Craig Bierko being Tom Cruise on Oprah?
Oh, that. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, of course I saw that.
Thank God you saw this.
I didn't think of that as a mid-credit. They go to that
It's not
quickly.
mid. It's not mid. It's like right away.
Yeah.
But Craig Bierko is now making fun of that moment where Tom Cruise jumped on Oprah's couch.
It goes on way longer than I figured it would.
Whoa, does it go on for a long time? He does manage to do something that I noted as decently funny.
Okay.
Didn't make me laugh.
Okay.
He is being so big. He's doing the Tom Cruise laugh. He's like, ha, 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 ha. And then he finally just goes, ha.
Yeah.
He just gets like really serious real quick.
Yeah.
I was like, his timing on that was good.
Yes, I agree. I know exactly what you're talking about.
That was it. That was the only thing.
Yeah.
For 90 minutes.
Yeah.
That he did. That I thought was fine.
Woof.
And as you said, he breaks Oprah's hands and shit. And then almost to add like insult to injury, not only have they dragged out this Tom Cruise jumping on the couch joke way too long, it ends with Craig Bierko smashing Oprah over the back with a chair and then rushing at the camera with his big wide eyes and his mouth smiling and open. And he basically runs into the camera smashed to black.
Yeah.
Like, wow, they really ended on some sort of a, Bugs Bunny, Looney Tunes ending. Like, ending on one last note of Craig Bierko crushing it.
Totally.
It's like, what a bad taste to leave in my mouth.
I know.
I have to say, I wonder if Craig Bierko regrets this. I don't think he has worked in as big a high profile way.
Well, I can tell you one thing that he's done. He's done a lot of work since. You're right, not quite as high profile. He hasn't been
the lead and stuff, and that I genuinely feel like this might have damaged things. And again, I want to say,
it could totally be.
It's listen, is it Craig Bierko's fault? This performance, of course it is, but it's also David Zucker's fault, who I'm sure instilled in him a level of confidence of here's how you do this. Somehow forgetting decades and decades and decades of work of being deadpan rather than zany.
Right.
I think Craig Bierko, this is a shame.
He followed it up with a number of projects, but most notably for me, because I like to name, he was in the audiobook The Cinnamon Bear, A Holiday Adventure, where he played Admiral Taffy.
Very good. Thank you for finding that.
You're welcome.
Admiral Taffy himself,
yes.
Craig Bierko.
That's right.
In conclusion, these are the times I laughed.
Okay. Great. Wait, before you do that, close to in conclusion.
Okay.
I just want to tell you some headlines of reviews that were out about Scary Movie when it came out, because they leaned into a lot of pun themselves.
Oh.
Because, why not? From the Seattle Post-Intelligencer, they said, 4th time's the Charmin as slapstick and potty humor runneth over. Washington Times said, Scary Movie, forget it. Philadelphia Inquirer, parodies lost instead of Paradise Lost. The laughs are few in latest Scary. I feel like you need a little more there. The Patriot News, number 4 runs out of gas. Washington Post, Scary Movie 4, parody till they drop.
What? Parody till they drop?
Yeah.
Is that good or bad?
Doesn't seem good.
At least the other ones connote some opinion of it.
My favorite one is Seattle Post-Intelligencer, 4th time's the Charmin as slapstick and potty humor runneth over.
I am puzzled by 4th time's the Charmin. I know visually that Charmin is spelled like charm.
Yeah.
But 4th time's the Charmin.
Well, think of it. These are all newspapers. You're going to read all of them. Same with Parodies Lost. It's only visually Paradise Lost.
Well, and that's my other problem.
Yeah.
Because I don't like that one either. Why do newspaper people think that they're so goddamn funny?
I don't know. And I will tell you, this was compiled by Entertainment Weekly, which I appreciate, from 2006. Okay. They had a column called Reviewing the Reviews.
Okay, very good. if you're trying to say that this movie's not funny,
Yeah.
then and you're trying to put a joke in your review, it better be really, really funny.
Yeah.
Fourth time's the charmin. I can commend the attempt, but it is puzzling to me.
I like
and
it.
Paradise Lost just stinks.
That's a bad one.
That sucks.
Yeah.
All right. So may I just recap
Please.
the times that I laughed?
Please.
Here is what I wrote. Within 5 minutes, Dr. Phil falls with one leg bent over the other. They fade to black, letting only his pants glow in the dark, turning into the 4 of the title card. Then I wrote, I like it when Mr. Koji acts like he was taking a bath. But I don't know if that counts as a laugh.
Yeah, that works for me.
All right. I wrote Leslie Nielsen's introduction where he says, but I need to know, but right now I need to know what's happening with the duck.
Yeah.
I also wrote down Rumple Foreskin, so that's technically 2 laughs.
Yeah.
I like it when Cindy and Brenda try to pull 2 Amish ladies from the village into a bush to beat them up and steal their
Oh, yeah, that was pretty good.
clothes to
I like all the beat up noises.
Yes, it's like the classic,
Yeah.
I've got to steal a costume, pull someone into the bush, beat them up, and then I come out wearing the costume. But instead, Cindy and Brenda pull the 2 Amish ladies into the bush. You hear the punching sounds, and then the 2 Amish ladies leave the bush still wearing their clothes because
Yeah.
they were stronger than Anna Faris and Regina Hall.
Yeah.
That's a good joke.
No, it's pretty good.
And then I wrote down when Allie laughed when Leslie Nielsen pointed at his penis and said, I've been pulling this thing up and down like a zipper.
Yeah. No, it's pretty good.
So all told, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 laughs from me and at least 1 laugh from Allie. I more just sort of looked at her when she laughed at the zipper line, and we had a talk about it.
That's fair.
So there you go.
Yeah.
That is Scary Movie 4.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
There is only one more scary movie
Right.
as of this recording. And we're going to talk about it next week. It is called, understandably enough, Scary Movie 5.
Although I don't know how understandable it is because it seems to be a big difference, a big jump from all of these.
Yes,
An entirely different thing.
the pattern now is every 2 movies,
Yeah.
the crew behind the film is jettisoned and somebody new comes in.
But now it's entirely new. No Anna Faris, no Regina Hall.
No. Is it going to be a fresh reboot or a pathetic, steaming gasp
Well,
to attempt to make more money off of this franchise?
I guess we'll see.
Have you seen this
No.
movie? I have never seen Scary Movie 5.
No.
And when I tell you that I'm concerned,
Yeah, I think it's
am
going to suck.
tremendously concerned. I don't think there's any chance that it's not the worst one.
No, I don't think so.
I guess
either.
maybe that's the only game to play. Is there any chance that it's not the worst one?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well,
I don't think so. Every single movie so far has made me long for the previous one.
Yeah, I think that's true. I think that's a good way of looking at it.
So
next week we will return to be concluded.
Yeah.
As Back to the Future Part 2 said.
That's right.
Next time, SCARMUTO to be concluded with Scary Movie 5. Yes. Go watch it on Tubi.
Yep.
Scary Movie 1, 2, and 3 are all on Max.
Yeah, and then 4 and 5 are on Tubi.
4 and 5 are only on Tubi, which is pretty telling in and of itself.
I think so.
So go check it out, everybody. And we'll be back next week to wrap this turkey up.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Go peep that Patreon, patreon.com/GTTUpod. We've got wonderful shows going on over there. Hilarious, full of life frivolity.
Yes.
We probably barely even mentioned Scary Movie, if at all.
I don't think so.
No. And you can also follow us online.
Yep, I'm at Chillin' Kristen.
I am at The Myth Traveler. So we'll see you next week to conclude the
SCARMUTO.
quintility.
Yes.
Whatever,
Ooh.
quintrilogy.
Yeah, I don't know.
But until that time comes, we must travel.
Back to the netherworld, go we. I miss the weigh-ins.
Don't you?
Where are the weigh-ins?
I know where they were. I'll tell you about it next week.
Damn it.